Hello, hello, welcome back to Talkin' Tunes, and today we are talking about the 8 tunes on Led Zeppelin's 1971 album, Led Zeppelin 4. Now, this is a vinyl copy. However, for this review, I listened to it on Spotify, A, because this particular copy is warped, and B, the record player that I own is one of those all-in-ones, which is shitty at playing all the formats that it plays, from cassette to CD. Really, all it is a glorified amp. But yes, we're looking at Led Zeppelin's Led Zeppelin 4 from 1971. One of the legendary albums of the 70s, and one of the most beloved. But not by me. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm in the minority opinion on this, but to me, Led Zeppelin is very much the Nickelback of the 70s, except, and this is what's really going to get me shot, I might actually enjoy Nickelback more than I enjoy Led Zeppelin. It's nothing to do with the the actions of the band, alleged or otherwise. It's just, they don't speak to me at all. They don't musically speak to me at all, for the most part. But, what are you gonna do? Starting off, song number 1, Black Dog. It is one of the great album openers. I am able to admit when a song is good by a band that I don't like, and by golly, this is one of those good songs by a band I don't like very much. It's named after a dog that would visit like somebody's house or whatever, or the studio they were in, something like that. But yep, John Paul Jones, the bassist, needs turned up in the mix a little bit, and Jimmy Page's solo is certainly a solo. Yep, again, for an album that's, one of the legendary albums of the 70s, it's a strong opening, but it's not a holy fucking shit opening. And that's what you would expect from an album that has this kind of reputation. Song number 2, Rock and Roll. This song is about what the title is, and it basically keeps the momentum up. Musically, like, if you're listening to Black Dog, you're not going to confuse it for Rock and Roll, but musically it is pretty much, like, it's very similar. It's very similar, but it's a good follow-up. Song number 3, The Battle of Evermore. This time we're slowing down a little bit, and despite that progressive rock-ass title, we get nothing of the sort. However, this is my favorite song on the album so far. I actually really like this one. It's got some good musical complexity. However, it's mostly just Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. Maybe a little bit of John Paul Jones, but John Bonham, the drummer, is just non-existent here. And it's bizarre. It is lyrically inspired by Lord of the Rings, which was a famous book before it was ever a movie franchise. I'm sure you know that shit if you're watching this. If you're watching this video, if you've had enough time on your hands to find this video, but yeah, just kind of here. And then song number 4, the side closer, the side closer, song number 4, Stairway to Heaven. It's every music store, guitar store's greatest fear. It is an honorary progressive rock song because, unlike other Zeppelin songs, such as Kashmir or Achilles' Last Stand, that some people will say are kind of progressive rock, this one actually progressives. Now, other progressive rock songs don't necessarily progress through different movements, but if you want to talk about something actually progressing, Stairway to Heaven, baby. So it is an honorary progressive rock song, in my opinion. Poor John Bonham just has to sit there a while, and of course, the guitar solo is one of the greats. I'm gonna stop there. One, because I can't actually play guitar. Two, because it's a poor imitation. But yeah, I love Stairway to Heaven. Again, fucking great song. This is the one Zeppelin song where I'm like, alright, I actually enjoy this. This is genuinely fantastic. Also, Cashmere's pretty good. But yeah, it's alright. It's a fantastic song. It was also one of those songs that is famously, quite possibly the most famous Satanic Panic song. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's where people would reverse the song and hear apparently satanic messages. Really, this was a bunch of religious fanatics not understanding that, their kids are depressed because their parents are assholes, but still. Yep. And my one criticism, the Stairway to Heaven is in the wrong place. It's the fourth song, when really, it should be the final song. Yeah. Bit weird, isn't it? In my opinion, it messes up the flow, because once you get there, holy shit, you've peaked. And then you flip the album over, expecting there to be something even better, because that's how it was in the 70s, or eventually be something even better, because that's how albums were ordered in the 70s. But sadly, song number 5, Misty Mountain Hop, is just more Tolkien stuff from a lyric perspective, and it is a good side 2 opener, but when you're following something like Stairway to Heaven, it's just like, well, this kind of sucks. You're just sitting there like, well, this is kind of meh. Just kind of very middle of the road. And it just kind of exists. On its own, it's not a terrible song. Following up Stairway, it's sad. It's just sad. Coming in at number 6, For Styx, it is the middle electric acoustic fusion section of Stairway to Heaven. Sort of like, if there's a bushel in your hedgerow, if that section of the song, not from a melodic perspective, but certainly from a music and sonic perspective, if that section was extended to a full song, the section that starts there, it's not all that interesting, and Robert Plant at the end, he's really annoying. Again, I think that's another reason I don't like Led Zeppelin all that much. Robert Plant's voice just doesn't appeal to me. There are far worse voices in rock, okay? Far worse voices and far less distinct voices. But Robert Plant, in the wrong situation, he's really annoying. And then song number 7, Going to California. It is the worst song on the album, not just because it's about making the poor decision of going to California, but it's just another acoustic song, and it's a generic hippie love song, and it just kind of exists. It's underwhelming, and I'm pretty sure there's ukulele on it, which does not belong on any serious song at all. But it's just, again, it's not a god-awful song. I've reviewed much worse stuff on this show, or on this channel. Granted, most of that bad stuff came way later than this. This is from 1971. Most of the bad stuff I've reviewed, I think, is from the 90s-ish. I'm particularly talking about Yes's Union, or as Rick Wakeman called it, Onion. But we're not talking about Yes, we're talking about Led Zeppelin. And then song number 8, the album closer, When the Levee Breaks. This is where Stairway should be. When the Levee Breaks would have been a phenomenal side 1 closer, but also Misty Mountain Hop following up When the Levee Breaks wouldn't have been as underwhelming. It would have been a little bit but it would be a little bit more equal, if you know what I mean. It's a good side closer, but it's a bad album closer. But it's a good song. When the Levee Breaks is a good song. I don't need to listen to it all the time, but it's a good song. It's just in the wrong place. Again, Stairway should close the album. When the Levee Breaks should close side 1. And that's going to do it. This album was recorded in Headley Grange, I believe, Headley Grange. and recorded at the same time and in the same place as Jethro Tull's Aqualung, and the same studio would later be used by Genesis for The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I knew the story behind this album cover at one point. It might have been taken by the same photographer that took the Aqualung photo, or did the Aqualung painting. But, yep, there's a painting hanging on the side of a house or a tree, and then you can see a town and a commie block in the background. It's a very good album cover. And, of course, one of the great insides of all time. Oops. People are going to yell at me for how I'm treating this, but, yep, one of the great insides of all time. But, yep, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Again, just kind of middle of the road. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you already own it. If you've been into a used record store, used CD store, there's 2 albums you're going to come across a number of copies of. One of those is going to be Dark Side of the Moon. The other one of those is going to be this. So, yep. Thank you all very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like on it. If you want to continue along this musical journey with me, please feel free to subscribe. If you want to hear me talk about something other than music, I have a podcast with 2 of my buddies. It's called Dorkies. I will leave a link to the description and down below. Sorry for no video last week. I was busy doing stupid shit. I was doing a stupid challenge in a video game. It was a bad idea. But anyway, I did succeed. But yeah, if you want to hear what I happen to be listening to that day, you can follow me on Instagram. I will leave a link to that in the description down below. I post a song, my story there every single day. And with that, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. And a reminder to stay weird and keep jamming. See you in the next one. Take care.